Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Just to start, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on how I've been doing with my nickel coin roll hunting. Unfortunately, as you can probably tell from this picture, I haven't been doing too much better than I was before. The majority of boxes, as you can see here, these are all the boxes that I've received except for two of them. They've all had the Royal Canadian Mint sticker on them or the Churchill Processing sticker, which means that all the boxes have been full of these 2012 nickels or with nickels from after the year 2000, which means that I'm getting just the steel nickels. So what I've decided to do is just to leave the coin roll hunting to my brother, who's going through a box of nickels and pennies. He's been doing really well if you've been watching his videos. He's even had a couple of buffalo nickels the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to let him worry about the coin roll hunting. And since I have nothing to do now, what I decided to do is to try to learn how to do some technical analysis of different charts. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while now. I watch a bunch of channels who do really great technical analysis of different silver charts and gold charts. And the reason why I want to do this is to just get a little bit more into some precious metal discussion here on the channel, and also to just kind of bring a new perspective into my own understanding. I'm not really trying to give out any advice on when and where to sell silver. Everybody has to make those decisions for themselves, and at the end of the day, I really am just somebody who goes through boxes of pennies. And just to have full disclosure as well, my brother and I haven't purchased too much silver, and when we do, we don't really try to time the market. Rather, what we do is we take a more macroeconomic point of view to the whole thing, and just buy silver as a way to protect our wealth, just due to the current monetary policies that Canada and the United States are having at this time. So we'll jump right in and take a look at the 2-hour chart for silver. Since the beginning of October, we've kind of moved away from that end of summer rally that we saw. And just drawing our trend lines, we can see that silver has done a really good job trading downward in this channel here. And where you draw this upward trend line isn't too significant. Again, it could be argued that we either already broke through the upper trend line and have come back down to meet it as support. But either way, if you're going to take this trend line here or this bottom one here, we are starting to see some support being gained around this area here at 31.5. It's come down to meet it a couple times, and in fact is even a little bit higher on this downturn. And we're also starting to find a little bit of resistance in this area here now. So we could move sideways and then come back up, or we could continue down in this trend here. But just going down and taking a look at the MACD as well, we can see that the MACD is starting to turn up. Some bullish indicators are that the MACD has come through the zero line for a second time. It did it back here as well. And it's also moved through the signal line a second time as well. So both moves are bullish, but also too there's a little bit of divergence in the MACD chart. Again, divergence from the silver price in this chart up here. The MACD is starting to make higher highs and higher lows. So based on this, I'm not really predicting, but it seems to me that we're going to start to move upwards. It'd be more interesting to follow the price chart in the coming days just to see if we can break through some of this support and go further downward, or to start to break through this upper trend line and start to move upward again. But we'll keep an eye on that in the coming days. As I get more comfortable in looking at these charts, we can talk about different things as well. And also too, I can maybe as I get better, we can discuss some different charts as well, and some different time frames, such as the 4-hour and the daily chart as well. Now, I'd also just like to look at two news articles that have some pretty large implications on both silver and gold. The first one here is this Bloomberg article titled China Silver Demand to Climb to Record. And this is actually pretty important news, stating that next year we could see Chinese silver demand jump as high as 10%, which is already coming off the back of a 6 to 8% increase from this year. And the most important thing, and the most interesting thing that I saw in this article, was that Chinese investors and citizens are looking to silver as an investment in order to preserve their wealth. So it's very interesting that the inflation concerns that have come out of China in the last couple years are starting to be recognized by the citizens, and they too are looking to silver as a way in order to preserve their wealth. So again, we'll have to see what comes out of this. I remember back in the summer of 2010, I remember watching a Business News Network, which is a Canadian business news network site. I remember hearing reports that due to Chinese demand, copper was going to go into the mid $5 a pound range. And of course, that didn't turn out. So this is just an analyst forecast. So we'll see if this has any ramifications on the price of silver, but again, we probably still should follow this news article into the future. Now, another story that we're going to have to follow, unfortunately, going forward, is this whole issue of the reemergence of the debt ceiling debate. And again, I'm just looking at an article here on Politico. It's a long article, so I'll link to it in the description below, as well as the other article about the Chinese silver demand. But if you can't remember what the debt ceiling debate was, just looking here at the second page of the article, the debt ceiling debate was where Republicans and Democrats agreed to a debt ceiling raise of $2.1 trillion that happened in 3 stages. And of course, those 3 stages are nearing a completion now. And as of October 18th, so a little bit over a week ago, we're already nearing the $16.4 trillion cap that they raised it to, as the debt now stands at $16.2 trillion. Now, I remember talking with my brother quite frequently about this, and we predicted that they wouldn't even make it to the election with that $2.1 trillion increase. It looks like they're going to do it. It's going to reach the limit sometime next winter. I believe in January it will pass the 16.4 trillion, but the Treasury is going to be able to use some different techniques to get them through a little bit longer and give them a couple more months in order to debate the issue. But again, it's unfathomable how in less than a year and a half they can already go through the $2.1 trillion that they increased the debt from then. And it really seems as though the debt is just taking off exponentially at this point. It seems as though this next limit increase is going to have to take them all the way to 20 trillion. And again, they're going to be, whoever passes this debt limit is going to have good momentum coming off an election win with the presidential election here. So, you know, it could be that they do raise it all the way up to 20. But one of the interesting parts of this article, too, is that they mention that the debt limit did not even elicit a single mention by either President Barack Obama or Mitt Romney, or even elicit a question from a moderator in one of the 3 presidential debates. So this is an issue that's really being pushed under the rug. I'm going to follow it closely here on this channel. So I'd be really interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. If you have any questions regarding silver or the debt ceiling debate, or even coin roll hunting questions in general, just go ahead and leave them down in the questions in the comment section below. If you could like and subscribe, that'd also be greatly appreciated. Be on the lookout for more coin roll hunting videos in the near future. My brother picked up a box of nickels and pennies today, so be on the lookout for that. That's it for now, guys. I hope you like the new direction that we're taking with the silver technical analysis. That's it for now, guys. As always, we'll talk to you soon.